Welcome to your Season 23 Blaseball weather update. This is the Earlseason forecast. Warning: this video contains forbidden knowledge. Stop watching now if you do not wish to access hidden information. This video would not have been possible without the work of the Society for Internet Blaseball Research. Welcome back to the end times of Blaseball. Not only do we have the new weather sun, which we voted for in the election, there is another new weather in the form of jazz. This new weather ties with flooding for the most frequent, but they are only 2 games above Sun 2, which is 1 game above black holes, with sun in lowly third. Seattle will see the most flooding, Dallas the most jazz, Ohio the most Sun .1, Boston the most eclipses, and Baltimore the most sun. So let's see how the teams will fare with 6 suns in the sky. The Lift have 1 chance to use psychoacoustics and echo chamber, but 4 to use flood balloons. Their highest weather is Sun 2. The Fridays only play 6 home games, and so don't get the chance to use any of their modifications. Their most common weather is flooding. The Mechanics are keeping things sweet with 3 coffee games and also 1 chance to use flood pumps and balloons. Their most frequent weather is black holes. The Garages get 1 game to use sweetener in, but 6 for flood balloons. Flooding is their most common weather, and they play the joint most games in it of any team. The Lovers only play 3 home games, so also can't use their renovations. They do have the widest range of weathers in the Earlseason, and their highest weather is Sun 2. The Tacos get 1 opportunity to use heat magnet and only see 2 Sun 2 games overall. They are busy enjoying the shiny new toys, as their joint highest weathers are Sun .1, some sun, and jazz. The Magic see 1 use for birdhouses, 5 for solar panels, and 1 for heat magnet. Keeping it traditional, black hole, Sun 2, and flooding are their most common weathers. The Sunbeams rely on their increases in the Earlseason, with 1 game from each. Their most frequent weather is jazz. The Jazz Hands get 1 sweetener game and are increased to 4 Sun 2 games, which contributes to it being their most common weather. The Stakes are keeping it even with 2 games for sweetener and 2 games for flood pumps, but their highest weather will be jazz. The Spies have 3 games in which to use flood pumps and balloons, and see 2 games from their increaser. Their most frequent weather is flooding. The Wild Wings play 3 flooding games and 3 Sun 2 games at home. Sun 2 is their most frequent weather, and they play the most games in it of the Earlseason. The Breath Mints have 2 games for psychoacoustics and echo chamber, 2 for anti-flood pumps, and get 1 solar eclipse game. Their highest weather is Sun 2, and they play the most reverb games of any team. The Firefighters get just 1 coffee game to use sweetener in, but their most frequent weather is jazz. The Worms get 3 flood pump games and are gifted 3 black hole games, bringing their total to 4. However, their most common weather is Sun 2. The Moist Talkers sadly don't get to use any of their renovations, and only see 1 flooding game in the whole Earlseason. Their highest weather will be jazz. The Flowers see 2 games each for solar panels and flood pumps, but their most frequent weather is black holes. The Millennials have 1 game for psychoacoustics, 2 for solar panels, and 1 for flood pumps. They play the most black hole games of any team, and it is their most common weather. They also play in the only glitter game of the Earlseason. The Pies will not get to use their renovations, and won't play a single bird game in the Earlseason. They do play the most jazz, as it is their highest weather, and they are the other team to play in glitter. The Crabs are granted 1 game each by their increasers, meaning that they play 3 black hole games overall. Their most frequent weather is the brand new sun. The Shoe Thieves will have 1 chance to use psychoacoustics and 2 to use event horizon. Flooding, some sun, and jazz are their most common weathers. The Georges will have 4 opportunities to use Event Horizon and are giving 2 flooding games by their increaser, bringing their total to 8, the joint most of the Earlseason, and their highest. The Dallé get just one game in which to use sweetener, instead seeing Jazz as their most frequent weather. The Tigers have a busy Earlseason, seeing one Birds game, 2 Eclipse games, 2 Flooding games, 1 Salmon game, and 1 Blood Rain. Then their most common weather is some sun. Thanks for tuning into the weather. I'll be back with the mid-season forecast tomorrow, but until then, rejoice, play ball.